Okay, welcome to week 2, Tecmo Super Bowl on the NES. And it was nice yesterday to actually took a break from my Tecmo games to play a Bobo's Big Adventure. So if you haven't checked that out yet on my channel, go ahead and check it out. It's a tribute to the NES games, and it's a real fun game. You play as a Bobo from Double Dragon. The first stage is like Double Dragon. The second stage is like Super Mario Brothers. Stage 3 is like Urban Champion, or Urban Champ, whatever it's called. Stage 4 is like Zelda. Stage 5 is like Balloon Fight. Stage 6 is like Pro Wrestling, and then Stage 7 is like Mega Man. That's the furthest I got. But I got a lot further with the NES controller than I have previously with the keyboard. So anyway, let's start week 2. So now, the only game we're going to see out of week 2 will be New England at Cleveland. And of course, both teams will be controlled by the computer. If you haven't watched my previous videos, the computer controls, I control some of the Packer games, at least the Packer games that we're going to see. Since we're not going to see the Packer game in week 2, that's going to be auto-skipped. But the only game we're going to see here is New England and Cleveland, and the computer controls all the other teams. Okay, I thought I had an auto-skip. Oh, wait a minute. I gotta go back. Okay, what happened is, last week we've seen, well, I shouldn't say last week, but the last football week, Cincinnati and Houston, both of those teams, we've seen them play, so I had them on computer. I forgot to change the team control. So, here we go again. This time we'll skip through this one, and we'll skip up to New England and Cleveland. Houston won that game, Minnesota won, Rams won, San Francisco won, the Packers won, Denver won. Okay, so brings us to New England and Cleveland. We'll go ahead and take a look at their standings. So New England in first place in the division, slightly ahead of the Buffalo Bills. Cleveland's 0-1, so New England should win this game. But you never know, we'll see how it goes. This is the old Cleveland Browns before they moved to Baltimore and became the Ravens. I'm thinking about doing another Bobo's Big Adventure video. I'm thinking of doing like split videos though, like one video for level 1, one video for level 2. You know, like one for each level. If you grew up playing NES games on the old Nintendo, you definitely want to check out Bobo's Big Adventure. The game is awesome. It's got a more updated twist to it. You got blood in the game, which you didn't see back in the old Nintendo days. They made some upgrades, like there's a rage meter, which they didn't have back then, which is pretty cool. Basically what happens in the game, every time you punch an enemy, your rage meter goes up a little bit. Whenever you get hit, it goes down a little bit. If your rage meter gets all the way full, you can press both buttons at the same time and you do like the super attack move. It usually kills all the enemies in the stage unless you're playing against one of the bosses. intercepted. Yeah, the colors in this game are kind of limited. I mean, New England's wearing pink jerseys. Ooh, intercepted. Well, that was a pretty cool scene there. Graphics get a lot better on the Super Nintendo. Both teams are having a tough time. Looks like we've got some tough defense on both teams. Oops. That's one thing I really like about this game is all the scenes. They show close-ups. Nobody was able to score in the first quarter. So, anyways, we're gonna, in case you haven't been watching any of the videos, we're doing a full season. We're going to see Green Bay Packers multiple times. Another interception. As for the rest of the teams, we're only going to see them play one regular season game. And when we get to the playoffs, we're going to see every game. And every game we see, anytime we see the Packers, I'll be controlling them. Anytime we see any of the other teams, we'll be computer controlling them. And after we finish this complete season, we're going to do a hockey season, NHL 06. Ooh. So both teams are just putting on a good show of defense here and fail of offense. I think that may be the first time we've seen this game. At least that's the first one I remember seeing. And it looks like Cleveland might get the first touchdown. They still have to get 8 yards, which doesn't seem like much, but these teams have both been struggling picking anything up. Ooh, looked like he was on the goal line. See, their helmets look pink. Yeah, they look like they're wearing light pink. It looks like Patriots are wearing more of a darker pink, lavender type color. Another interception. Okay, now, according to the schedule, I thought the second team was the road team, the Browns. I noticed they're wearing the white jerseys, though. So I'm not sure how this game does it between home team and road teams. Blocked. Ooh. He just ran him right down. I could get a safety. No, we're gonna punt. I didn't realize it was 4th down. I thought that was gonna be blocked. I'm looking more forward to playing the Super Nintendo Tecmo games. More advanced than this one. Oh. Wow. That was pretty cool. Unless you're a Patriots fan, I guess, but anyway, I don't care about either of these teams. I don't care who wins. I have to admit, I thought the Patriots were going to win, considering the record, but I guess it's early in the season yet. Most of these Tecmo games are really designed, like, almost to perfection, where, you know, if you got a good, like, the good runners, the faster runners in the real NFL, the faster he is in this game. The better passing you are in the NFL, the better passing the quarterbacks will be in this game. So it kind of makes the teams even up to the NFL. I have to admit, though, there is quite a bit of variety. Like, sometimes you'll see one team win the division. Next season, they might come in like last place. For the most part, it's usually like you usually see the best players in the NFL making the good plays in the game too. So I can tell you, Tecmo Super Bowl III Final Edition, the Dallas Cowboys usually always win their division, the 49ers always win theirs, and I'm usually playing the Packers, I always win my division. Now in the AFC, it's a little less predictable. sometimes you have like the Dolphins or Patriots win their division. In the Central you got like, sometimes it's usually the Steelers. But I have seen times where like the Browns won it. And in the West, it's usually Denver or San Diego. So the Patriots finally picked up some yards, but I don't think it's going to help this late in the game. But we got an injury. So as if the Patriots weren't already struggling, now they lost their quarterback. Everyone's wide open. That receiver should be fired. Hey! Put some points on the board. You know, when I do my NHL 06 season, I'm probably going to struggle at first because it's been a while since I used to be really good at the game, but it's one of those games where if you don't play for a while, you start getting bad at it. And the last few times I played, I did terrible. Hopefully as the season goes on, I'll start getting better, so I might average out. That'll be NHL. I think I might have said NHL 06. If I did, I meant NHL 96. I got trapped. Didn't have anywhere to go. You know, one thing I really like about doing this full season is the games are pretty short. So, I usually always find time to play at least 1 or 2 games a day. Weekends I can usually play a lot of games, but this weekend I might be a little short on time because I'm going to be replacing the AC compressor in my car, and I don't know how long that's going to take me. 24-3 Cleveland wins. Crushed them. And yeah, you see the Browns quarterback's name is QB Browns. I think that's because when they did the team rosters, they did it like in between seasons, and Cleveland might have traded their quarterback or released him or something. So I think since they didn't know who the new quarterback was going to be, they just put in QB Browns. We'll see that throughout the next couple games, next couple of Tecmo games too. Okay, so we're going to auto skip through the rest of these games in week 2. Kansas City beat New Orleans, Buffalo gets beat by Pittsburgh, Indianapolis gets beat by Miami, Philadelphia gets beat by Phoenix, Chicago beats Tampa Bay, the Jets get beat by the Seahawks, Washington and Dallas tied. Kind of weird. Okay, so take a look at the NFL standings now for the end of week 2. New England, Miami, and Buffalo are all 1-1. Got the Jets and Colts at 0-2. Houston's 2-0, undefeated. Pittsburgh and Cleveland are 1-1. Cincinnati 0-2. Got the Broncos and the Chiefs 2-0. Seahawks and Chargers 1-1. Raiders are 0-2. Dallas is 1-0. The Giants and Cardinals are 1-1. Washington 0-1. So it looks like some of the teams had their bye. Philadelphia's 0-2. Packers and Vikings are both 2-0. Bears, Lions, and Bucks 1-1. Rams are 2-0. Niners and Saints are 1-1. Falcons are 0-2. The Atlanta Falcons had black helmets then. I thought they had red helmets back then. There was one time where the Atlanta Falcons had red helmets, black logo. But anyways, here's a look at week 3 coming up in the next video. We'll only see one game from week 3, and I'll be playing the Green Bay Packers against Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So hope you enjoyed this game, and I'll see you in week 3.